Hello there, my friend, and welcome to the Disney Travel Secret Show. Rob and Kerri Stewart coming to you from the somewhat redesigned CMV studio here in Orlando, Florida, right next to Disney World. This is episode number 440. Really, 440 episodes of Never Missing a Monday. This has an original air date of July 21st, 2025.
And this week, Rob came up with a clever title called Driving Miss Disney. But what we really mean is why you want to have a car at Walt Disney World, even if you're flying down to visit the mouth.
I will say most people probably did not get that reference. That's okay.
You don't think so? Driving Miss Disney?
Yeah.
I love that.
So the reasons do make sense for a lot of people. And also, we're going to talk about our first ride on the reimagined test track over at EPCOT. So is it yay or nay?
And for those of you who are joining us on YouTube, please click that bell so you get notified every week when our show drops.
I also want to thank all of you that have now recently joined, subscribing to our YouTube channel, Disney Travel Secrets. We just hit the 2,500 subscriber mark, so please keep doing that. It really means a lot to us. Also, we're going to talk about the deluxe resort at Disney that has become almost impossible to park at, and we are going to tell you the reason why.
Yeah, we have lots to cover, so get ready. And, I even have something really cool about Disney Plus they need to know about.
Okay, I totally forgot you put that in the script. So
I know, but wait, there's even something better for you, our listener.
So we're going to tell you how you can get free money for your next Disney vacation. Okay, Hugh, let's go.
Hello, my friends. This is former Disney Imagineer Hugh Darley, and you're listening to Disney Travel Secrets with my friends Rob and Kerri Stewart. As you can imagine, I have plenty of Disney secrets myself, and I can't wait to share them with you. Let's get this show on the road. Take it away, guys.
If you've been listening to us for the past few years, maybe you go back 8 years, there are some weeks that we really do wonder, what are we going to talk about this week?
But this is not one of those weeks.
That is true. So we said it in the open, and yes, you can get free money for your Disney vacation, or actually any other vacation. Here is how, and what a great way to kick off the show this week.
I know, right?
This is exciting.
So one of the highest compliments that we get as travel agents is a referral from someone who knows us, whether it's a friend, a client, and of course, our awesome listeners.
Okay, so with that being said, here is our new free Disney Money program. It's very easy. Just refer someone that you know that wants to take a vacation, basically any vacation. Disney, maybe it's a cruise like Royal Caribbean, or maybe a river cruise in Europe, which is probably one of our favorite vacations in the world.
Yeah, currently is.
It
But
is.
or maybe it's an all-inclusive resort for a honeymoon, like Sandals, or a trip to Italy with our friends Ciao Italy Tours. But when your friend books a vacation with us and you do that intro, you will get a gift card good towards your next Disney trip that you book with us.
Okay, that's awesome, but, what if we make it a gift card for any trip that they book with us?
So not just a Disney one.
But wait, there's more.
Okay, I say we do it. So this is our Refer a Friend program where you get money towards your next trip of any kind. And if you want to participate, it's pretty simple. You just go to creatingmagicvacations.com. You're going to click on the brand new Refer a Friend link that's at the top of the page and just complete that form to help do an introduction to your friend.
And I will say thanks to our home office team, Kelly, specifically for getting that up so fast. So Kerri and I have a goal at CMV, Creating Magic Vacations, from an agency standpoint. It's not to be the biggest sales-wise. I have no delusions of being a billion-dollar company. We know that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and it's not to have the most agents. We have no desire to have like thousands of agents like some Disney agencies do, and also some of those franchise companies as well.
I know. So our goal is to have the highest average sales per agent. That is something we can do, and actually we're already doing that. Our goal is to have 200 agents, not 2,000 or 3,000, each doing at least $250,000 per year in sales.
And our agents are doing that amount now, and they're doing it very part-time. So imagine what an extra $20,000 to $25,000 a year can do for your family, and you could reinvest those in vacations, right?
And when we say that number, that is very part-time. That's, 5 to 7, maybe 8 hours a week.
Exactly.
But now our top agents are doing $500,000 to over $1 million per year. And we are very proud of them because we've trained them from not having any travel experience ever. So that is something that we are very, very proud of.
Yes. So if you are considering maybe this will be your second career and you want to be a professional travel advisor, head on over to our website and click on join our team to go to the next step.
And now, welcome to the show. So if you're watching this on the Monday that it airs, we are on our way back from our stay at a Montana dude ranch, which we will cover in a few weeks on our other show, Travel Inspired.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
I am too. We're not there yet.
I know. Definitely, though, please go subscribe to that show, Travel Inspired, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
So this trip crossed off another state. Our first dude ranch. I had somebody ask me today. I'm not going to tell you who it was. I'll tell you off camera. And he's like, he goes, Rob, I'm asking you a legitimate question. Is a dude ranch meaning that there's only dudes there? And I got this question. You don't even know who this is from. It's going to be hilarious. We're not going to say this publicly. It's one of our friends in travel. So yes, our first trip to a dude ranch and our first visit to Yellowstone, the park, not the TV show, which would also be cool. We've been to the TV show technically on our couch. But yeah, so we're going to be...
Well, I'm pretty sure we're not going to have any Kevin Costner sightings on this trip.
Oh my gosh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
That would be your dream.
No. So did you know, though, that there is an Adventures by Disney trip that will take you to Yellowstone? It's a beautiful 7-day, 6-night adventure to Wyoming.
And if we actually go to Wyoming, that's another state to check
We will,
off.
because that's where Yellowstone is.
I thought it was in Montana.
No, we're right next to it.
We
We're
clearly
10 minutes,
have no idea.
We are
what
10 minutes outside. I know exactly where
So
it
the
is.
stops on this amazing trip, again, the Adventures by Disney trip, is Jackson Hole, Brooks Lake, Grand Teton National Park, also Yellowstone National Park. So for those of you checking off your national parks, this is a great trip to do.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it includes 6 breakfasts, 4 lunches, and 5 dinners. And this one, I will say, especially after us doing kind of this little mini trip, the Adventures by Disney one is definitely on our must-do list now.
I agree, because the cool thing about this is, number one, you don't need a passport. And for most of the people in the country, it's not really that far of a destination to travel to. So for those of you watching us on YouTube, you can see we are redesigning our studio here in Orlando.
I know. We're just mixing it up a little bit. And we have another reason for you to watch. And that is this little beauty right here. Hopefully you can see that.
Oh my gosh. You're doing the whole Soren reference, yes. So this is the Star Wars Chandrilla Starline remote control droid. We got a few of these 3 years ago on our trip to the Galactic Star Cruiser. Actually, it was April of 2023.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
We completely forgot we had them. And as we were redesigning some stuff in the office, I'm like, oh my gosh, we have a couple of these.
I know. It's called moving problems. And there has been one, if you've ever seen it, in our old background. But if you are interested, you can head on over to travelfanstore.com and you will see that we have some of these for sale.
So first up this week, technically we've been talking for a while. This is not first up. So something we talk about, we have a date for our Adventures by Disney, Disneyland and Southern California trip with former Imagineer Hugh Darley, who you heard just a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah, so we are building currently an interest list for September 13th to the 18th of 2026.
Yes.
And yes, this is the trip for the person who doesn't just like going to the parks, but loves Disney history. And there really is no better trip in the world than this experience. We've done it twice.
I agree. And so this will be our third time. Also, as we're recording this actually on July 17th, which is the opening day anniversary. It's the 70th year opening anniversary of Disneyland. So now we say interest list because when we do this as a private CMV event, we have to guarantee a minimum number of guests. This trip does fill up at 40, and we already have like 5, 6, I think actually 7, no, 8.
Yeah, I think we're up to 8.
8. So in the past, we thought we could Field of Dreams this trip, basically secure the date, they will come.
But that has not been the case.
That has not.
And so we have learned from the past. So head on over to cmv.com, that's creatingmagicvacations.com, and do a trip request and just put Hugh or ABD, and then we will send you a link with details And I think we're going to sell this one out.
I know we will. And again, this will be our third time doing this trip. And this is what we call in the travel industry, we call that a clue. And we would love to have you join us.
Absolutely. So as Rob mentioned, we are recording this on July 17th before we leave. So happy 70th anniversary, Disneyland.
I know, the park that started it all. So our little pro tip for you Disney Plus subscribers. Again, today, the 17th, so you're going to hear this a few days late. Disney released some brand new ride videos.
Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to my sister, Stacy, who she's texting me and she goes, have you seen the ride videos that Disney just put on their Disney Plus? And I was like, no.
We've been a little bit busy. So if you want to experience a ride in California Adventure or Disneyland from the comfort of your couch, you can now. I think Disney is trying to control the ride videos. I don't know why.
I know. But speaking of which, we did mention last week that thanks to our special friend and cast member, Adam, and he invited us to the test track preview. And so we want to share our take because we had not gone on it yet.
I agree.
So first of all, the queue. The queue has...
it's always the queue.
We start with the queue. The queue has its pros and cons. The con is, I think it's kind of boring. And I don't know if it was fully done or we kind of got a half. Because when you do previews, sometimes things aren't fully done.
I think it was pretty much done. That's just my take. That's my take.
There's just not a lot. I mean, there were some cool spec cars, but I was surprised that they didn't have more to entertain you. Now, the pro is this queue, no longer do you have to worry about that whole rush to getting your car designed thing and then rushing through to the next part to get in line because that was just chaotic. It's gone. So basically, here's my take. They're letting AI design the car. And if you've been on the ride, then you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh, Elon Musk. So this line is much longer because there is no pre-show, but I'll say the line moved pretty quick. I mean, from start to getting off the ride, literally walking into the building and coming out was right around 50 minutes. Again, this is a preview, so we have no idea what it's going to be like when it opens to the public.
Yeah, and we even had reservations for the park for the 13th and the 14th so that we could try to get the virtual queue as pass holders. But you know what? Once doing this was fine. I don't like spending 50 minutes.
Well, no, but it was very hot on the 13th, which was a Sunday, and it rained. We could have tried to get the virtual queue on the 14th as well, but that's a Monday.
We had to work.
Very busy. Mondays are probably our busiest day of the week. We are interested in what the lines will be like when it opens for everyone. But again, another huge thanks to Adam because he let me sit in the front row. And I would say the middle seat is the best because I was recording video on my Ray-Ban glasses. You were sitting in the left, and you have that cross-body seatbelt.
Yeah.
Where mine just came over my lap.
You just had the lap, and then I had the over-the-shoulder, and it was I mean, I felt like I was trapped in there. I did not.
Well, technically
enjoy that.
You were because you cannot undo that seatbelt.
Okay, so in the spirit of what Disney's doing on Disney Plus, we are going to be posting that ride video on our YouTube channel. So one thing though is some people are like, so did they smooth this out and it's not as jerky? No. Think again. It is the exact same track. They just updated the inside of the ride.
I will say that I love the large domed room that you go through that right before you go to the outside part of the track. That'll seem familiar to a lot of you.
Yeah, that was really cool. But what was weird was when we went on it, the door that, suddenly opens up and you're suddenly outside.
Suddenly is the key word.
They had a little mishap about a week prior and the door was kind of damaged. So apparently they did not add that back in yet. But yes, the video and the projections in that last room were awesome. I do like how they're doing the different car designs in there. So definitely put it on your trips list.
I'll tell you, that dome room almost reminded me of the Spider-Man ride over at Universal.
Ooh, a little bit.
You see a whole city.
Yeah.
So again, for this week's show, we're going to tell you why you may want to have a car on your next trip to the Florida parks, even if you're flying here. But first, the one resort that used to be very easy to park at least for us, and now is almost impossible, and that is Polynesian.
Yeah, and we park there all the time because that's where a lot of our friends, agents, and clients stay. And so why is it so hard now?
I'm glad you asked. So the massive project that is underway to change the entrance to the resort, which has blocked off about half of the available parking space, we cannot wait for this to be done and over with. I think it's going to smooth out a lot of the traffic as you're coming around that area. If you don't drive there, if you're just taking a bus, you probably don't know this. For us locals, it is a train wreck.
But we do know a lot of you do drive. And in fact, usually the people that drive to the parks are here on average, like they live about 8 hours away or less. And so it not only makes it easier to pack everything that you want, it also gives you more options of where you can go while you are here.
Okay, so, but if you're flying down here, why rent a car? I will tell you, I'm very glad you asked. Okay, you didn't. So here's probably one of the top tips is when you are driving to the parks, you are on your own schedule and you're not waiting in line for a bus, a boat, or a monorail.
Yeah, that is a huge advantage for
Absolutely.
sure. Also, if you're staying at a Disney resort, you get free parking at the resorts and the parks. Now, Universal, they don't have free parking at their resorts. Just a little heads up.
But also the third reason we're going to go into depth in a couple seconds here is maybe you want to go outside the Disney bubble, whether it's restaurants, other parks like Universal and SeaWorld. Maybe you want to drive to one of our amazing Florida beaches, and that could be over, going east of Daytona or west to not Tampa, because no one goes to Tampa. They go to St. Pete or Clearwater, where we used to live. St. Pete and Clearwater.
Better beaches.
definitely better beaches than Daytona, unless you like to surf.
That is true.
That is true.
Now, if you are flying, you can either rent a car from the airport or use a Mears bus to get you to your resort. And then you can go get your rental car at the Disney rental car place that's on property, and that is at the Car Care Center. Now, notice we did not say grab a rideshare.
I did notice that. So if you don't want to take the Mears bus, maybe you should choose Fleet Transportation and our friend Sam. You will love him and his team. We don't do rideshare at all. Literally, okay, today, we're recording this on a Thursday. We're leaving Friday morning early. I thought she called Sam. She thought I called Sam. You can see where this is going. Neither one of us had called Sam. So I called him literally today before we record this. Hey, buddy, totally forgot. I thought Kerri called, vice versa. I need you to pick us up at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, going to MCO. Done. See you then. That's what having a private car service and someone like Sam, we don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, do we call Uber an hour before because we don't know if they're going to show up?
Yeah, but in this case, you're going to have a car with you. So let's talk about the benefits.
Yes.
One of the big things is if you are staying at a Disney resort, you do get that 30 minutes early entry to any of the 4 parks. That means crowded buses and monorails at your resort with everybody trying to get over there. So when you have your own car, how about not stressing out? You just walk over to your car and then you head right out to the park to avoid lines and the craziness that the people using Disney transportation are going to go through. I will say one caveat on this is if you are going to Magic Kingdom, definitely use the resort transportation.
Right, because even if you're driving, nobody parks at Magic Kingdom. You park at the Ticket and Transportation Center, and then you still have to take monorail or a ferry driven by one of my friends that installed my my Tesla charger in the garage. So maybe you want to go to Universal or SeaWorld or Discovery Cove without having to use a rideshare company. So keep in mind, you will pay for parking at either of those parks, but isn't the convenience worth it? Again, we're talking about time and the time you're going to save. You're not calling a rideshare. You're not hoping that the rideshare shows up. And trust me, I know we hit this topic a lot.
A lot.
Because it's happened to us as much as we travel. It happens way more times than it should.
Yeah. So here's a huge advantage when you do have a car. Your choice of restaurants opens up immensely. We're talking off of 192. You got Chewy's, Ford's Garage, and Rock and Brews.
Rock and Brews. That's Kiss if you don't know.
And the thing is, though, you definitely can get better pricing than what you get in the parks. Now, little tip here is they do get really busy at the end of the day when everyone is leaving the park because that's where that side of town is going to go and stop for dinner. So I like to look at these as a good choice if you want to expand your dining options for your non-park day. You can get out of the bubble and explore a little bit of Orlando. There are so many good places in Orlando to eat.
There really are. This is one of the restaurant capitals of the country, I will say, because it's so big and everybody's fighting for your business. As we're recording this, when we're done, we're going to go to a great place we found from our friend Margot, and that is Hawkers. They were fantastic for Asian food, but there are so many great restaurants, like our go-to Mexican restaurant when our friends are here from St. Louis. That is Rocco's Tacos. It reminded us that there are so many great places to eat and drink within 20, 25 minutes or less of being in the Disney bubble.
Yeah, and many of you know that our go-to place is really close by and easy to get to from the parks. We go there on a weekly basis.
Yes, we did.
Paisanos and Gators. We probably go to Gators, though, about 3 times more than we go to Paisanos, but for some good reasons, though.
Well, no, I'll tell you, because back in the day, if you guys know, when we first moved here like 3.5 years ago, we were renting a house and we needed an internet connection. So we said, okay, where's the place? Paisanos, they have internet. And for that first year we lived here, they had really good, they had drink specials all day. And then some idiot goes, you know what? Let's not start the drink specials until 3 o'clock. So we started going to Gators because they have crazy low drink prices. And it's right next to our business mailing address so we can check our mail. But also a new thing for us, very new within the last 6 weeks, a bank of Tesla superchargers.
Yeah.
So we had done a day trip to visit Marineland up by St. Augustine, and our battery was low enough on the way back when we got back to Windermere. We just popped into the Tesla charger there and grabbed a quick appetizer at Gators.
Yeah, so if you have a Tesla, that is a great place to go
Yes.
and use one of the superchargers if that's what you are driving down. But it charged our car in like 20 minutes. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, they do have really good drink specials. So like my drinks are BOGO. So
They
buy
are.
one, get one. And so for 2 drinks, it's only like $7 or $8.
If that. And my beer is the lowest price of any restaurant that we go to. And when we meet with some of our friends from Disney, it's always wings at Gators, and that is what they are famous for.
Yeah. And if we're going to have a meeting and it's not at our club, we're going to Gators. It's a good vibe and it is decent pricing and good food.
But also just a short drive away, something we almost contemplated today again is Pizzeria Uno in Winter Garden. They have a pizza and salad lunch special, a deep dish personal pizza with a salad and drink. It's like $9.99. I will tell you that is big enough that we split it.
Yeah. But having a car at Disney is about saving time because it's so convenient. And then dining off site, like some of the places we've mentioned, will save you money, which could be enough to cover the cost of the rental car.
Well, especially if you have like a family of 4, maybe more. So 2 kids can easily share that Uno special. So if you look at, this is how much it cost me to rent the car. Now, also when you have the rental car, go to the store. Go to, I was about to say Kroger. They only deliver.
Yeah, you can go to Publix.
Go to Publix, grab the stuff you need, and the snacks, whatever you guys need. The money you save by doing your own shopping could cover the cost of the rental car.
Yeah. So are you team have a car is a must, or are you just, I'm
It's a
just going to
team.
rely on Disney transportation? Of course, do what's best for you and your style of travel. There is no one size fits all, and some vacations are going to be a little bit different than others. Speaking of which, if we can help you plan your Disney vacation, please reach out to us or one of our travel agents at Creating Magic Vacations.
Also, join us next week as we're going to show you some even more cool merchandise from the Star Wars Star Cruisers. That is, I don't know, part of our inventory now. This is stuff we completely forgot that we bought, but we're going to sell it to you, our listeners.
And make sure you are joining us on our YouTube channel because we're going to do some show and tell of those cool items.
That is
and then
said
you'll
cool
see exactly
items.
what we're talking about.
Exactly. Thanks again for joining us. Until next time, have a magical day.
We hope to see you real soon.